Welcome to the Creator Dashboard. We're here at PAX Australia, and it's a beautiful day in Melbourne. And I'm here with Michael, or Vestige, who is a content creator, photographer, pretty much a bit of everything, from what I hear.
Bit of an all-rounder.
Yeah, and you're quite good at pretty much everything you're doing as well, from what I hear.
People say so, but
You got to take it on. Take it on. Vestige does a lot of gaming content, but you're also a DJ, and you do that through streaming too. So tell us a little bit about your content creation journey.
Yeah, so I originally started off just doing general gaming. My first ever game I streamed was Titanfall 2, which was really good fun. And then after the DDoSing incident and stuff happened, I kind of figured what else I'd try. Did a lot of Overwatch for a while as well.
Yep.
Joined the Overwatch community of really good guys.
Yep.
And then from then on, was sort of trying to figure out what to do, and then DJing came along.
Yeah.
And from there, that was a very big passion, and kind of just went with that.
Yeah.
So.
Have you always been DJing on the side, or is
A couple of years now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
a couple of years. There was a program that happened in Perth where you could learn to DJ for 6 weeks.
Yep.
Thought I'd give it a try and actually loved it a lot.
Yep.
And from there, I figured I just want to keep going and bought some gear and stuff and just been learning since.
What hardware do you use?
So I use like these little tiny decks. They call it DDJ 400.
Yep.
Little baby ones. I'm pretty sure like everybody always starts with them.
Yep.
It's always going to be like your first love. And then just a laptop.
Yep.
And then you got like your software you use, and that's it pretty much. It's nice. It's a nice compressed kit, which is good.
Yeah, nice. So I guess the main topic of today, and what I was interested in, is so Twitch recently introduced DJing as a category on Twitch.
That's right.
And I guess so you're saying that that's kind of opened up your content a little bit, and what you deliver as a content creator. So how's it affected everything for you?
Yeah, so I think when I started trying to stream DJing, and I think a lot of DJs in general were using the music category.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's a lot of copyright checks and stuff that happen. So I found myself getting a lot of the sort of VOD warnings.
Yeah.
And then VODs did get turned off at some point because there was too many sort of like copyright
strikes, yeah.
pops. Yeah, so when I was going back to doing gaming, I didn't realize there was no VODs, and I had no content to actually use because I didn't realize, because I never recorded as well because I'm silly.
Yep.
But then eventually when they announced the program, that was a great thing because we had all these licenses we could use. And there's like a big list of like everyone that you could use music-wise, and there's like a very small fraction of like what you couldn't use.
Yep.
But it's more of like your mainstream stuff like Taylor Swift, Metallica, which is not really anything I play anyway.
Yeah.
So,
But a lot of you're finding that, and so the main reason for the introduction of the DJ category is more for licensing and copyright protection, obviously, which is a big issue. That was one thing I was unsure about. So from what you're saying is that it's basically allows you to use whatever a huge range of songs, and hasn't really limited you in what you can play.
That's
on
right.
there.
Yeah. So far, I haven't been banned or anything. So so far so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how about like different remixes of different songs? Does it still pick up on that, or is it kind of like just kind of open?
No, it's been pretty open.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been pretty open. I think the only thing they really would try and pick up on, I've been kind of like teasing the waters a little bit. There's like unreleased mixes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's like certain remixes, like there would be like maybe like a cheeky Taylor Swift or a Metallica remix that I do have.
Yep.
Nothing so far. So I don't know how restricted it is of that yet, but so far it's been pretty open.
Okay. But yeah, it hasn't really limited you in what you can and can't use in terms of media-wise, and so I guess that's quite a good thing. It's probably a good thing for Twitch overall to be able to get a little bit more of that audience, and it's good to see that they're trying to make steps in the right directions for the DJing stuff. So how has it all been going for you overall?
I did find it a bit challenging at first because one of the general things they had was you couldn't do any VODs. There's no highlights, there's no clips, anything like that. It's all purely disabled. I thought originally it was that if you did the DJ category, it would do that, but it actually turns out it's just the entire channel is disabled for that sort of thing. So when I was doing gaming content, there was just like nothing there. People go to my channel, it's just like there's nothing to really look at.
Yep.
It does keep like previous things I've got saved there, but it kind of makes it look like I'm not really doing anything anymore. It looks like I've just kind of like left.
Yep.
So I went to go make a secondary channel, and I figured that might be a good workaround.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you've now got two channels, and you're saying to me before, and it's something I didn't realize that you could do, is you can link the channels together?
That's right, yeah. So, yeah, when I did the second channel, it was a bit of a sort of like challenge to try and build that up again. But then recently it turns out they did a new feature where you can actually link your channels together. So it's a bit of a weird way of doing it. You send them a support ticket on your main channel with like the channel that you want to link it to.
Yep.
Then you send another support ticket on the second channel.
Yep.
They find those two tickets and they'll merge it together, and they're basically everything you've got on your main channel, they'll put onto your second channel as well. So affiliate at like 10 followers and stuff, it's a nice little handy perk.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's actually quite interesting, and probably goes beyond DJing and stuff like that. It's good for like a DJing channel, and also because you stream gaming content. They're two different audiences, so mixing those audiences probably actually would have a negative impact on your channel's performance. But by separating them like that, but also linking them together, means that you can kind of have two audiences and it doesn't negatively affect each other.
Yeah.
Which is probably a good way to do it. Good for DJing, but also probably good for other people who might necessarily, they might have RPG content that they like and they just do like MMOs or something, but then they might want to do other stuff on the side. It's a good thing. I think I think Twitch probably could maybe make it a little bit easier process.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So overall, how's the DJing streams been going for you?
Pretty good actually, yeah. It's nice. Lots of like natural people sort of coming through. Everyone's been super lovely as well. There's not been any sort of toxic people or anything like that.
That's good.
And then like with the rating process, it's nice because you can just jump in. A lot of people from around the world, a lot of German DJs I found as well.
Okay.
In the hours of like Perth time anyway when I'm streaming.
Yep.
Everyone's been super lovely and everybody is following each other pretty easily. You just say what you play and people just want to jump in and join in.
Yeah,
So.
and I guess like people just like having it in the background, and it's just a bit more. I guess it suits the streaming category quite well because like people have music on and they'll just keep playing it through. So it's very very good. So what would your advice be to someone who's getting into like DJing and streaming?
Yeah, I would say obviously get some good practice in. Never worry about being like top dog, doing any like amazing sets or anything like that. Just have fun with it. People love to just jump in and vibe.
Yep.
And there's no restrictions as well, so you can do whatever setup you can. My setup is always changing.
Yep.
I've always done like top-down shots. Shots are just my face forward.
Yep.
I'm trying to get this cool little like motor rig as well, so you can experiment with all sorts of different things really. But you can just have fun, and naturally, a lot of people just want to jump in and just see you having a good time. Same with like regular streaming, really.
Fantastic. All right. So because we're on a learning journey, what is something that you would like to learn?
So I'm gonna like to learn definitely producing
Like
music
music?
for sure.
Yeah, awesome.
love to.
Yep.
It's it definitely looks like it's gotten a lot easier over the years. So I'm gonna start trying to take some courses, and then maybe I might live stream that process as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Be good fun.
What software are you thinking of going into?
I know Ableton was one that a friend mentioned, and there's like a variety of packs and stuff. It seems very similar to what you would do with like Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
With all these different sort of assets
Yep.
you can use.
Yep.
So maybe start with that, and then see where I go from there. If I meet any more DJs with advice, I'll chase them up.
Yeah, I think one software I've dabbled with before is Fruit Loops.
Heard of that too?
Yeah. So that's also a really good one, and I mean, it just takes a lot. It's a big process, but just a bit of fun fact: I used to DJ myself.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, back 10 years ago now, I used to DJ at nightclubs and had a bit of fun.
So
with
we're
that.
going to create a dashboard back to back at some stage.
But potentially, I don't have any gear, so that's probably the main.
I got you covered.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks for having me.
Likewise.
Thanks for having me on your podcast. Thanks for being here, and thanks for having a chat. And
Yep.
I'll see you guys next time. If you've enjoyed this, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you around, I'm sure.
For sure.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
No worries.